Set your project directory, go to the project directory button, select a folder called IKSwitch, select Open. Go to File, we're going to load a scene from the Scenes folder called IKSwitch Setup.fxs. I have a really cool monster here, and I've already added IK control to it, but I want to keyframe his legs with the thigh, calf, and ankle bones. Unfortunately, I can't do that because the IK control is on all the time. Click into Command, I have both of my IK aligns set up. So what I'm going to do is create a switch to blend between a keyframe control for my forward kinematics and the IK control, which is the nulls. If I turn both of these off, I immediately get IK control. Unfortunately, I can't do that in the middle of an animation. So we'll start by creating a slider in Setup. So click into Setup. From the pull-down menu here under the Add block, select Slider. I'm going to call this one DUD1, which is the name of our character, underscore IKSwitch. Click plus to add that. Just select it from the list and drag that to the bottom. We're going to use the first two sliders here, the X position and Y position. I'm going to change the name of the X position here to DUD1 underscore leg switch L. Same thing for Y position, DUD1 underscore leg switch R. And just right click on the colors to hide the other channels. So all we have are two sliders. Now we go back into Command, and we're going to create a new variable that overrides our IK align based on what the position of the slider is. So we'll create a new variable. We'll drag that to the bottom of the list. I'm going to call this one DUD1 underscore IK fade leg L. Going to use an expression called key fader. So click on the menu here and we'll go down the list. It's in alphabetical order. Highlight key fader. First argument is the bone we're going to be switching back and forth between IK and FK, which in this case will be thigh L. Second two fields are the frames. We're going to set those both to 0 for the current frame, and the channels we're going to be fading between IK and FK are going to be all of them, which in this case it'll be called motion, which is X, Y, Z, HPB, scales, and rotates. And the last field is a percentage of how much it's going to fade between IK and FK. 1 is 100%, 0.5 is 50%, 0 is 0%. We're going to use the slider instead of typing in a value here. So highlight the slider. Down here on the buffer, we're going to left click just so we can select the channel. So highlight that. Control C to copy. Go down here to the last field. Control V to paste. So now it will be looking out for the value on the slider instead of a constant value we type in. So we have thigh left. We're going to right click and add that to the expressions field. But it's only going to fade our thigh if we slide it. The rest of the controls will still be accessible through the IK constraints, so we need to turn off those as well. We want them all to turn off at the same time, so we're just going to add another set of expressions to the end of this one. So add the plus symbol to the end of here. We're going to select calf L and right click to add that to the end of our expression. Let's move all the way to the end, add the plus symbol, select ankle L, right click to add that. We'll scroll all the way to the end here, add the plus symbol once more, and select foot left and add that one. So now all of the bones inside our expression are being deactivated simultaneously with our single slider. We click back into Animate and highlight our IK switch. We'll see that when we switch it to 1, it fades it out completely, and we have control over our keyframes. If we switch it back to 0, they go right back to the IK control. Remember, we still have control over these bones through IK. We just don't have forward kinematic control that we need. Let's go back into command. We'll set this to after IK, so it deactivates all of our bones after it's done an IK align through our switch. I'm going to create a new variable. We're going to call this one the right leg. dud1 underscore IK fade leg R. And we'll just start at the top here with thigh R. We're going to highlight switch R, left click on the buffer, select our new switch, copy it, go down here to the last field and paste it. Now right click to add that to the expressions field, add the plus symbol to the end of our expression, select calf R and do the same thing over again. Move to the end of our expression, add the plus symbol, highlight ankle R, right click to add that, move to the end of our expression, add the plus symbol, highlight foot R and right click to add that. So we have two giant lists here, and both of them are being deactivated at the same time when we move the slider. So now when we switch our leg, we have complete control over our IK controls here. We go back to the IK switch and move it back, we have an IK control. Go to File, I'm going to save this scene as IKSwitch A.fxs.